By the way, we're supposed to be able to be comfortable in this, so if you're really uncomfortable sitting on the floor, you can sit in a chair. But if there are several people in chairs, it would be better for those to go in the same group, just so you're at the same height for certain of the exercises. It doesn't have to, but it's just a suggestion. Oop. And just so anybody knows, there's a mic cord running through the door here, so please don't trip. Okay. Alrighty. I think there was a couple of people went to make a really last-minute beeline to the restrooms. So, okay. One thing I didn't read while it was up on the board, and I will read here, is the official of what it is and what its purpose is that the beloveds gave. Oop, okay. There we go. All right. What the beloveds have said about it, and this is going to be in your chart pack, so you will have this as well. But it says first they said the voice is the inner sound vibration of the conscious eternal life spirit Jari that is alive within the endoplasma water matter of 15-dimensional materialized atoms, including the atoms that compose the personal, planetary, galactic, universal, etc., D2 telluric cellular atomic structure of the physical body. Because this is called I am the voice, phase toning. It's letting the voice start to come out, literally. Okay. Now the purpose, their purpose, the core purpose is it shakes up the Jari and the Jarosh, and it gets waves of the Jarosh off, so waves of the Jari can start actually to come up. All right. But there's more to it. He said, purpose, relearning to hear the voice of the eternal spirit Jari within the physical body, to reestablish the ancient rapport of organic direct cognition communication between the D3 atmic mental, I am ego conscious mind, the D3 linear logical facility, and the D2 telluric physical emotional, I am body, cellular atomic, subconscious mind, D2 associative intuitive instinctual facility. So it's actually bringing together the conscious and the subconscious mind so they can come back to the original ancient rapport where they were able to speak the same language and have an open flow of consciousness. Now, the immediate tonal rhythm language of dynamic phase toning, which this is what this is, dynamic phase toning, awakens and releases the voice of the personal D2 Jari, the spirit quantum embedded in atoms. Listening to your body in its own language establishes a meeting point of common language to occur between the presently polarized D3 mental and D2 emotional physical personal consciousness fields. Phase toning employs sequenced sound, rhythm, and movement that is organic to the personal body and Jari to progressively bring the ego mind and the body mind into a state of co-resonant harmonic vibration. Equals unconditional love. This is about loving your body. Through phase toning, the personal conscious ego mind unites with the body-mind Jari, enabling the Jarosh, the distorted quantum of the atomic Jari, the twisted part, to be shaken free and released from both the physical, emotional, and mental bodies to facilitate self-healing within the body-mind-spirit system. In phase toning, we begin to hear the voice of our spirit Jari. Phase toning clears the fields and sets the platform for entering the deeper Grual state, or Grail state, of full conscious atomic symbiosis, through which we shift from I hear the voice to I am the voice. So that was the official explanation of this technique, of why it is being done. So there's a serious side to it too. Okay. So everybody's got their circles and yes.
We all do this at the same time, or is one person support?
It'll depending on which one. Some of them there's like ones that later we were shaking our booty and stuff. We just kind of you pick a partner to just play it off of, where you play off each other. Yes, and everybody will be doing the same tones together. Or it'll be crazy. I mean, it's not the same sounds, but the same phases of the tones we will do together. So we will move together as a group. Like once we'll spend a few minutes on that. And they're not telling me do this for 2 minutes or that for how many minutes. What they're saying is just listen to it and feel the shield, and then call a shift when they give us a nod. Shift to the next set of actions. And the idea is to work with your partner, and your partner, it doesn't have to stay your partner. You're in a group of 6 people, and you guys can switch off with each other. If you want to talk, if say you two want to talk gibberish to each other, okay, and you guys want to moan at each other, that's okay. You don't have to stay with the same one. But And one of the big things is getting past all those rigid, limiting, self-limiting ego mind net programs that we've been fed for so long, where we feel embarrassed, we're worried about how funny our face might look, we're worried about if our breath is bad, we don't want to moan too close. I mean, stuff like that. If your breath is bad, I do suggest trying not to moan right in somebody's face, because, just like if you were going to be a facilitator and you had a client coming in, make sure your breath is all right and that kind of stuff. You're going to be toning at them, that kind of thing. But to be able to relax with other people, many people here are strangers with each other, and everybody's always worried who has what in their field and the whole bit. There's a time to put all that worry, just stick it on a shelf somewhere. All right, we're in a protected field. Before we do anything, we're just going to do a couple of breaths and amplify the Christ star vehicles around us, right? So nothing is going to get on you, get in you. But we're also not going to do touchy-feelies with people, right? Just in case that little Metatronic implant issue that was happening the other day, it wants to have an expression too. We can keep our hands to ourselves, right? We're going to have plenty of places to put our hands on ourselves. We're going to be beating on ourselves, right, gently. So there's no need to touch each other with the toning. And the fields nobody can tone something nasty at you. It doesn't matter if somebody's...
You've seeded an idea.
What?
You've seeded an idea.
I had to address it. It was already floating.
You've seeded an idea, right? You're encouraging them.
No, I'm not. I'm telling them what to do about it before anybody else gets worried about it. Anyway. Anyway. Right. Okay. So, we will start with the phase 1 sounds and movements. Yep. Okay. Does everybody have 6 in their circles? They have 5? They need one more. We're supposed to have 6 in the circle, yeah. They have 5 over here.
We have 5 here.
Okay, you have 5 also? Okay. Yeah, if there's anybody else that doesn't have a circle, there's 2 with only 5 in it. Yeah, and basically the reason for the circles is so you have like little conversations, where you're like, where you can face each other, you can each face each other and do your thing, your talking thing together. It's already loud and we didn't even start. We'll do it. Okay. We'll be going in a minute. We're just waiting for everybody to get their bodies organized over here. Right? Everybody all right down there in your circles? Is everybody okay down there? Okay. Okay. And one, you got hands up over there. I can't. What? Can you find out what the hands up over there are about? Are you guys need circles or what? I can't hear. I'm sorry.
They need 2 more people.
They need 2 more people. Okay. There you go. Yeah, it's a bit congested. Yeah, they're clustering pretty tightly.
Just ask them to move.
You ask them to move. I don't like to ask people to move.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys, just quickly, can these groups here, particularly in this area, just move that way? There's a lot of space behind you, and we've got 2 or 3 groups here sitting on each other's shoulders. We're going to get a bit lively in a minute, so a little bit of water would be good, Yeah, just be mindful of space between the circles. Don't squash up on people. If there's space around you, move yourselves into the space. Because if you get into this, you're going to be moving your body in quite a big way at times, and you don't want to be crashing into each other, That's much better.
square dance. Change your partner, do-si-do, swing it high, swing it low. Right? Alrighty. And the square dance begins. Yep. Oh, you don't have a partner now?
No, she doesn't want to be my partner. So I need
Oh, okay. Anybody have space for a partner? You need one more too? All right. Anybody else? Anybody else need a home?
Might not just work out.
Okay. You need a space, another one? Okay. You still need one, right? You guys? You need, all right, right there. Okay. Is everybody okay now? Want to make sure everybody has a conversational home, right? I don't know, but well, they needed a. You guys said you needed one, right? I don't know. Well, pick a spot. You can sit there. You can sit over here. Just pick a spot. You could go there. You could go here. Wherever you want. There's no what? You have 5 or 4? You've got 4.
Yeah, we've got 4 now.
Okay, so they have 4. They're saying that they have the ones with 5 don't have a partner for one of them. Okay. Right. All right, that'll work. All right, you guys all right then? Because you had 5 here, did you? You have 6. Okay. Did this lady find a circle yet? Do you know? We'll find you. We'll find you somewhere. Oh no. Well, she needs a partner. It has to be done with a partner. We'll find a way to do it. Okay. If there's a circle that would take one more person, I don't care if you have 4 or if you have 6, that you can switch off. So if the one person that doesn't have a partner, sometimes they do. Remember how I said you don't have to just stick with that one person you're talking to the whole time? You can switch off if you have a group that has an odd number. Okay, there you go. There's one that was 3. Yeah? Who has 3? What? Oh, come on. There's one person here. Come on. We're supposed to be working as a healing family here. Sometimes it takes a long time to get this many bodies organized, even in small circles. Right? Bless you. Did she find a home? Did she find a conversational home? Yes, okay. These are like our temporary conversational homes, right? Where we get to start having conversations with ourselves and with our temporary family. Now, this is a good time. Yo, already. Thank you. Now, it's a good time to, whatever, it doesn't matter if you like that person, don't like this person. Let's put that kind of ego nonsense aside, right? We're working here with ourselves, and the other persons that are there are working with themselves, and we're just there to facilitate each other, helping, healing ourselves, all right? So put little petty, grudgy things aside. It doesn't matter what's in anybody's fields. It's not going to hurt you, all right? And your fields aren't going to hurt them. This is completely protected. We are in the shield, and the beloveds, believe me, have amped everything. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I think that one's possessed or that one's possessed. You know, let's get over it already, right? Okay, you're safe now. You opened your doorway, all right? You didn't open your door. You opened your window. When you opened that window, it went up about 75% of your own protection level, all right? So you don't have to be in the fear mode like has been around for way too long when we kept trying to tell you, don't be afraid, just be effective with your fields. Well, you're very effective with your fields now, so you don't have to be afraid. So we could let loose and have a bit of fun with ourselves and with each other is what it's about. It's supposed to be fun and not cliquish and like I don't want to talk to you. Make sure everybody takes a turn with even in your own group, right? Where you talk to each other. Don't just like one pair that know each other and like each other stick together and leave everybody else out and that kind of thing. Start it as like once you get with the pairs, there will be times when you're asked to have a whole conversation where your whole group goes blah, 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 at each other, right? This kind of thing. So you unite the energies, all right?
We're in the right place then.
What?
We're in the right place.
What do you mean? Okay. Let's call phase 1. Phase 1. All right, and it would help if we can just like keep English and any other like normal language. Let's not use it now, okay? Let's go into body speak. So shh. The only sounds that we'll hear when we're in active phase are the sounds that we're giving our bodies permission to make. We're getting our D3 linear mind out of the way of our body sounds and letting our body borrow back its vocal cords. All right, which means put the linear language aside for a little bit and move into whatever the phase is requesting. Now, the first phase is requesting the motion of rocking. It can be gentle, it can be hard. It usually starts out gentle and then it wants to do. It might want to go in a circle, where you're sitting, and you might want to, you start just kind of like, then you might want to like go around or weave back and forth, whatever it feels like. The looser you can loosen up your spine and stuff, the better it will be for your whole body and for getting that energy to come up. We're doing the first one, starting with the movement. Right. Okay? So we're starting with the movement. And now once you got the movement going a little, now start with letting the body moan and complain about all the pain it's been holding. And now look at your partner and moan right at your partner. Okay, now let's bring the moaning down. Keep doing it, but slower, a little lower. Still moan, but slower. Right. And now try to look your partner right in the eyes and still do it, both of you. Okay, I got loud again. Okay, very good. Alrighty. Okay, let's go back into a nice space of silence and stillness for a moment. You can still rock a little if it feels good. And just breathe. Try to feel the difference in your body from before, the difference in tension levels or lack of them. Just try to feel it. Don't come to any conclusions without using too much of the 3D mind. Just feel. Okay, now this is going to be the fun one. And this is going to be one of them anyway. This is the self-language, emo gibber speak, and signing. Okay, this is your emotional body. Let it speak its gibberish, because to it is not gibberish. It's just to your 3D mind coding that you don't understand what it's saying. The gibberish is not just no. It is all about intonation. If you did not have words to use and all you had were grunts and sounds and stuff, you would still be able to express your emotion, right? You go, Dogs do it, right? Birds do it. They don't have linear languages in the same way we do. Apes do it, right? I mean, and all of the tones mean something different. They have a different emotional meaning. They are still the carriers of knowledge, of idea, of thought, of emotion. They're just in a language the 3D mind forgot how to speak. So, we're retraining our 3D mind to remember the languages that are less rigid. These are languages of what's called associative process. The logical mind is a linear process of thought and thinking. Associative is more like associative thinking, where instead of thinking 1, 2, 3, you think 1 looks like 11, looks like 1, 11, that kind of thing. It's more you're associating qualities instead of lining stuff up in straight rows. So it is an associative language, and it can be extremely valuable. In fact, I always used to go into this language, never knew what it was, when I would feel totally stressed out or distressed, and I would just like literally go on a real high pitch. I can't even do it now because my voice is a bit messed up, but I'll go really high pitch. Help me, right? That kind of thing. And it worked much better than trying to put words on that. It got it through much quicker. So this is what we're asking you to give the gift of it back to yourself. And the best way to begin this is to take turns with your partner, where you let one person start, doesn't matter which one. Well, this is going to be funny. I said nobody's going to want to start first. I can see this, right? I'd say flip a coin, but that'll take another hour and a half to figure that out. All right. So no, we won't flip a coin for it. Let's just hope everybody's grown up and mature enough to, if you're in a partnership and one of you has got to, is being asked to start a step, one of you will volunteer, please. And if one doesn't, the other does, which means one of you volunteers anyway. Somebody needs to start. All right, I'll start. I'll start gibbering like an idiot. And if you want to, just gibber at, gibber what I'm gibbering until somebody starts, and then go into your own. But they're starting without us. Are you going to start? You're starting without us. Oh, shit. Go for it. Oh, hell, let's just all gibber together. Whatever. And signing. Move your hands. Move your body. Talk with your hands. Come on, move your body. Stand up and let it even get bigger. Come on, stand up, guys. Stand up and do it. Stand up. Yeah, that's it. Right, come on, stand up. Alrighty. Okay, everybody. Let's slow the speed and the volume a little. Still do it, but slow the speed and the volume a little. Right? Slow the speed and the volume a little, but still do it. Bringing the wave back down. Right. And then slowly slow it down to a silent stop. Slowly slow it down to a silent stop. Slowly slow it down to a silent stop, please. Yeah, slowly tone it down now. Okay. Okay, let's go into nice, quiet stop space now. And take a nice cleansing breath. And just do one more shake to shake the energy down. All right. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that was very good. It sounded like a chicken house. You know, the whole thing, everybody doing it? So that's what chickens are doing. They're really having a lot of conversations. Right? Okay. Next one. Oh no, here we go. This one we got to have a little bit of self-control in two ways. One is the sound. We were supposed to be screaming, but if we scream, the police are going to come. This many of us at this time of night? Yes. So we can do silent screaming. You know, you just go, ah, pretend you're screaming. Ah, but you're not letting that come out, right? And the other, you're supposed to do flailing with this. Now, this is where we got to be careful that we don't get too much into the exercise and flailing like knock your neighbor down, that kind of thing. Okay? The flailing is bigger movements that releases more in the body. Let the arms go, but be careful of where they go so you're not like whacking people, you know, and that kind of stuff. And you can also, we'll start at standing, and then at a certain point, I'll ask you to sit down with it and just like kind of flail with the upper body a little bit, and we'll bring it down to a slower and then to a stop. Now, you don't have to do the silent scream where you hurt your vocal cords, because even though the sound's not coming out, you can actually still hurt your throat by doing that. The object isn't to hurt your throat. It should just feel the energy build up. It pumps up into your head, and like imagine you're like turning red because you want to get angry and that kind of stuff. And then you got to go, and you let it release. You don't just hold that for the whole time of the exercise, or you'll end up passing out probably. All right, so it's going to pretend you're angry, and that's going to let it go. You're learning to feel how to work with the emotional energies with this one. So when we're smaller groups, you can go a lot further with these, like, you know, just one-on-one and that kind of stuff. And this, I didn't know what was going to happen in a group this big. It's getting fun, though. That's quite interesting. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so we'll start with with you and your partner. You start with pretending you're angry with each other, right? But no words are allowed. All right? Just pretend screams. No words. Not even gibberish. All right? Not even gibberish words. So you just got to go. Right? Oh, that was Okay, now let's bring the flailing and screaming down a little bit and sit down with it. All right, you can finish being angry when you get sit down, and now try to tone it down, right? But still do a little bit of it, but a little bit more controlled. We're not so much flailing, right? Just try the grunt language, right? Like cavemen. I barked. Okay. Now let's bring it down. Let's bring it down into, okay, we're not so angry anymore. Those tones. So make those tones to your partner, not going, all right, we got over it, right? But only in tones. All right. Kind of like, all right. And then take a big inhale and hold for a minute. And then a big long exhale down into median earth. And just feel the silence and stillness for a moment. Now, we're going to try the laughter. We should have just started it while we were flailing, because that would have been very easy to do. Start with partners making faces at each other to see who can make the other one laugh first. All right? So you make silly, doofy faces at each other until you get laughing. The object is to laugh, and once you get laughing, laugh more. And if it means more faces are needed, make more faces to keep laughing. Laughing heals. If you can't figure out how to do it with your partner, watch somebody else that's not in your group and start laughing at them. It's better than nothing. Oh. I'm doing a Lou laugh. Yeah, gobble, 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 gobble. If you really want to laugh, think about if there's anybody that you knew from your hometown was standing outside the window watching you, right? Ooh, boy. All right, now start bouncing too, right? Yeehaw! Yes, indeed. Ah. Now, let's switch just for our last laugh. Let's switch to a Santa Claus laugh. A deep ho 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 all righty. And let's bring it down lower. Keep doing it, but softer. A little softer now. Bringing it down. Bring the wave down. Yeah, down towards silence. A nice big cleansing breath. And again, let's sit and feel the stillness and hear the silence. What we're going to do in the next phase is we're going to begin bringing the whole wave. We're generating a wave with each of these actions and sound sets. We're going to start bringing it down into a slower rhythm. All right, because we brought it up. We let out the pain and the anger and the rage and got all that Jaroche stuff off of us. Then we've got the Jari coming out and bringing out in laughter. Now it's time to self-calm. Let the Jari send us a tone. It can be two tones or it can be one tone that you repeat twice, but it's the two-syllable sound. You know how they use like om, om. Yeah, it doesn't have to be om, but whatever tone you feel like is there with you, like just first tone you think of that feels right, You would use it in that way, in a repetitive repetitive cycles of that tone. But this one would be a 2-syllable, and they're called comfort tones. They're meant to be soothing tones that the body will send up. They're not scream tones anymore. They're like you were rocking a baby, like your jari is a baby, or your jari thinks you're a baby and wants to calm you and soothe you. Like if you were a baby and you would love for somebody to have surrounded you with love and rocked you gently. And with this, you will rock and sway. If you need to bounce a little here and there, slowly. But just imagine you're being held in your jari's arms and you're a little baby again. And all the trauma you might have known gets soothed away by the dual tone, by the 2-syllable comfort tone. Whatever tone feels like yours, use. And sway gently and rock with it. Okay, now let's move right into the next one where we take it into 3 syllables. So you can use your same tone or new ones, but you do, instead of you do where there's 3 different syllables to it. And then you'd move into 4, and you can move from 3 to 4 when you feel comfortable to do that. And bring it down softer and slower, but not gone yet. Softer and slower, softer and slower. And then finally, to where you can't hear it anymore, and your body stops moving, goes into the still space, but at a much quieter level, where energy is much quieter now. Now we're going to wake it up again, just a little bit. We're going to go into phase 7. We're moving into what are called the rhythms now. The first 6 that we did were the sounds and movements. Now we're going to go into the rhythms. And there, we're going to start it by shaking the body a bit. And shaking it allows it to get back into the motion sector, because we just almost put the jari back to sleep again. So, sorry, or it put us to sleep, I'm not sure which. Now, and see, if you ever want to try to go to sleep, try this, all right? Try just sitting and doing those type of, those tones. You'll put yourself to sleep eventually. You're soothing your jari. It will calm all the jittery energy of chemicals in your body down if you do it. You don't need to use Om to do it. Use your own tones, right? Now, when we do the ahs and shakes, this is to begin kicking up the body's organic rhythms, and they'll be different all at different times. But the organic rhythms will, once we shake them up a little bit and just get the body kind of like, oh yeah, I'm awake again, okay. Then we'll go into the low hums and leg drums. And that's where we gently, well, you're not meant to bruise yourself, but use your thighs as if they were drums and beat out a rhythm. It might be real slow at first. It might be real fast at first. If it starts out really fast, let it come for a little bit and then influence it just a little bit and move it slower until you find a slow rhythm too, right? If it starts out slow and stays slow, after a little bit, pick it up, right? So learn to work with what the body consciousness is sending you. If when you're doing this, and we'll do the shakes first before we do the drums, just to get the body kind of it shakes up the energy. Literally, it shakes up the jari in the atoms, and makes them more responsive. So, let's see. All right, to the shaking. This is going to be hard to do while holding a microphone, but I still need to be able to talk on it. Let me see. All right, to do the ahs and shakes, you start out with kind of like ah. Would you hold it? I'm going to take my hands away in a minute. Okay, you start with the ah, right, and then go ah, right? Kind of like your own type of seizure, right? But you're conscious, right? Alrighty. Now we can bring it down. You can do this? Okay. Keep going, yeah. Alrighty. Now let's bring it down softer and slower, but still do it. Bring the wave down. Don't just drop it like a pancake. Right. And at the end, just take a nice deep breath and let your shoulders relax back and then kind of melt gently to the floor. Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Now we will start with the low hums and leg drums. Let's start with the humming sound actually first. They're telling me to start with the hums first, and it is simply just a hum sound. No particular tones or wordy things on it or anything. It would be like, but they're low-pitched hums, right? As low as you can comfortably go, like whatever tone you want to do, though, but it's low, right? And just feel it rumble through your chest. Feel it rumble through your vocal cords. Feel where it's going in your head and in your skull. You can rock a little bit if you want with that. You can modulate the tone if you want of the hum, like you can do 2-syllable if you want to. And now, try to feel what your hands want to do. Just let your hands and your body talk. Don't tell them what to do, just let them do what they want. Use your knees, your legs as drums. You can go all the way up and down your legs if you want to, not just on your thighs if you feel like it, whatever's comfortable. If you have a particular part of your legs that hurts, but it's not like wounded or anything, just gets tight or achy, do it gently. You can gently do the rhythms right on it. And then see if the rhythm wants to change. Once you're on a pain spot, let it change. Let the pain spot tell you what feels good, what it would like, because it will help loosen up that pain temporarily anyway. Okay. Now we're going to keep going, but we're going to start moving the tone of the hum upward into higher tones. And start moving your hands up too, and gently doing the rhythms on your body, starting within your like abdomen area. Let the rhythms change to whatever that area wants. Then move it up to your chest area and raise the tone again of the hum. And then raise up the hands to the throat area and gently make the tone, make whatever you call that, vibrate. Go. And now find the tone that's the highest one that you're most comfortable with. Keep going and bring it up to the tone that's the most highest comfortable one for you without straining. And use the drums on top of your head and then down the back of your head to where your head hooks on to your neck. And drum right back there where the head hooks on to your neck. And now try to take it down like you just made this escalation up. Try to take it down without losing the tones. Where you go, ooh, where you are, and then bring it down, pounding over your head gently, and then down to your throat and drop the hum a little. Ooh. And when you go down to the chest, drop it a little more. Ooh. And then when you go down to the abdomen, drop it to your lowest. Ooh, and slow the rhythm of the drum. Ooh. Then inhale up and hold. And exhale slowly. And be with the silence and the stillness for a moment. To just feel. Try to feel inside your body, inside your head. Try to feel as if you were just moving yourself inside your body, as if it were hollow, and you could actually cruise around and look at it from the inside. Don't try to see anything in particular. Just try to get your consciousness focus in there, and see if you could spread it out. The technique will move into a technique 3. Will, at the end of it, take you into a very deep space in relation to this. So this is just a little tryout. Now, the next one, oh, here we go up again. This one is hyper breaths and booty shaking. So this one we stand up for. I'm going to be so tired by the end of this workshop. Oh, my God. My body's not used to this much physical activity. God. Okay. Now, the hyper breath doesn't mean hyperventilate, okay? It doesn't mean breathe so fast and shallow that you're going to pass out. I remember in Girl Scout camp, the girls used to like challenge each other. You go, and up and go, and you actually pass out, right? We used to do that in Girl Scout camp. We're not suggesting that here at all. That's not good for you, and you can really get hurt. I remember having a big bump on my head, right? But what it means is the breaths will be more rapid, but not heavy panting, right? Just, and if you feel like you're feeling funny from it, breathe a couple normal ones. You don't want to hyperventilate, all right? So it's just to get the energy going up quickly, but not up to where it spikes in your head and knocks you out, all right? And with this, the booty shaking is literally getting your behind muscles to jiggle. And the skinny guys are going to have a real hard time with this because they don't have any. No, because they got these little tiny bottoms. And the bigger your bottom, the better jiggle you'll get, too. Right? Right? So you get the jiggling going. Right? Yeah, you got a little bottom. So get the booty shaking. And then try the not too fast but panting. Not too fast panting, though. As if you're running, but you're not. Your legs aren't lifting off the ground. Then bring the breath down slowly, not crash. Then go back to normal breathing and stillness for a moment. Now we're going to go in to the hypo breath, which is the opposite of hyper breath. The hypo breath, we slow, deep breaths. Slow, where you're breathing all the way down from like your stomach level. Just fill your lungs completely, drop your diaphragm down completely, and let your tummy puff out. When you exhale, and then go and drop full breath and hold for a moment at the top. And then slow exhale. And hold at the bottom of the exhale just for a little bit, just enough that there's an exchange that happens on both ends, and it, energetically for your body, and it's good for your body. So keep breathing like that. The slow inhale. Slow exhale, and deeply where your tummy puffs out on the exhale. And then start the mime stretches. The idea is to stretch your body where the muscles might be a little tight here and there, but to do it in slow motion, but still go full length with the stretches. If you want to stretch your legs, just do the whole stretch thing, but in slow motion while trying to keep attention on doing the deep breathing. Any place that feels stiff or sore or overworked from shaking or anything, just stretch it out as if you were a mime actor on a stage. And notice there's no tones in this. This is just movements now and breathing. And from here, once you feel you're all stretched out and there's nothing stiff and holding energy tight anymore on you, then you're going to melt to the floor again. And kind of melt, just don't plop, melt. You kind of go, plop, right? That kind of melt. And when we're down here, continue gentle but comfortable deep breathing. Let your breathing rate return a little bit to normal, but just a little bit slower and deeper than you normally would. And we're going to sit for a minute or two this way without me talking or saying anything, because this is we're going to go into the silent space where we will begin to focus on, just in a very relaxed way, listening to try to hear our jari tone. It'll actually be a set of 3 tones, but you may only hear one, and it doesn't matter. And some people may not actually hear it at all, but you may feel a ripple of a vibration. That is good enough. Now, if you can, ideally hear the tone, That's good. Another thing you can do if you don't hear it at first, give yourself time, like to sit with it and hang out and say, I'm still not hearing it. Then you would go, just think of the first tone that comes to mind, because that's usually it. All right? There was something you were just kind of like too worried about finding it, and that's why you didn't, but it was already there. So you'd use the first tone that came to mind. But when you find it, just be with it for a while. It's helpful but not necessary to try to remember the tone for the when you go into the technique 3. The fact that you activated the tone, all this actually brought this tone up from the jari. It's the core tone of the jari, and it's actually the core tone. The jari carries the core tone of your hydroacoustic body core, and so it is your core birthing tone of fetal integration. So it doesn't matter if you find the 3 parts of it. If you can, great. If not, that's all right too. It may change. It will still be in the same range, but from one day to the next, you may find it be a bit different tones. But they will be related. They will be parts of the whole tone, like a compound tone, instead of 3 compound tones, that would be your core seed fetal integration tones. So just try to find them and be with them for a little bit. And if you feel like it, you can tone them on the outside, but you don't have to. You can also keep them private if you don't want to share them, with other people in the room. They can't hurt you with them anyway, but so it's up to you. If you feel like toning them through the body, it does help the body, to actually feel it come up the vocal cords and out the throat. So you could do it quietly. You don't have to do it to your partner either. You could just do it quietly to yourself. And just do it for a little bit. Give it about 30 seconds. At least. You could do this for an hour if you wanted to, and it really builds it. So the longer you feel like doing it, the more it will build it. We're going to give a couple minutes, and then we're going to move into the next phase. But I'll give you a few minutes of quiet now to do this with yourselves. This is when I need the CD. You got it? Okay.
Oh, no, that's already.
Okay.
They're going to pipe it through into this room, so people don't have to traipse into there.
Oh, that's excellent. Good.
So arrange that with them.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of the same one. First you go one, then you go there. About, 15 seconds more? Yeah, can you count 15 seconds on there for me? Sure. Let's see exactly.
Okay, we got about 15 seconds more, and then we're going to shift in 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just bring our jari tone back in to our azure area, and just let it hang there and be there with you and your azure. And now there's one more part to the part of the technique that's actually my part of technique 3, what I'm going to do before as begins to get you where you're laying down and things. And it has to do with an explanation of when you get into technique 3, there's going to be a point later on. I think we're in the steps like 60 to 80, 70 or something. There's 70 steps in this technique. But it's very enjoyable, actually. It's a very pleasant technique, especially when you're not typing it. That wasn't a lot of fun. But there's a particular type of sound that you will be looking for. When we go to try to hear the voice and find the voice has a particular sound. Your voice of your jari, it is the voice of your spirit that is embedded within the atoms, the matter. There are two types of voices you'll end up hearing. They're both connected, but you will hear the outer level, what we call the atomic harmonics, and that's like chatter of all sorts. It'll actually explain the type of chatter of all sorts that it is. When you get to that stage in the techniques, it'll say you might hear this, and it does this or that or the other thing, right? And then it says that beneath that, there's a more subtle, gentle tone, and it is called the tone of the celestial harmonics. All right? They are the tones of the spirit, all right? The spirit energies. Now, we have a very interesting tape that someone gave to us. I'll explain a little bit more about the tape before, not this time. We've had it for a while. I can't even remember who gave it to us. But I'll explain what it is after. I'd like you to hear it first because these are the types of celestial harmonics that you will be looking for, but your own orchestra of them when you're looking for the Jari tone. It's almost like being in the womb, but different. So I'd like you to hear this. They're going to put it over the PA. He's going to turn it on. And there's no words. It's not active. It's very different. It's very interesting. But these are celestial harmonics. And I'll explain to you what these particular ones are when we're done, just so you hear what it sounds like, so it gives you an idea of when you're going in to find the voice, because you're in progress already. You're way into like step 60 or whatever, and you're going, what does it sound like anyway? I don't know if I heard it or not. This will give you an idea of what sounds you are actually looking for when you're looking for the voice of your own Jari, but it'll be in its own tones and all of that. So I'll be quiet now so you can hear it. Will you be able to turn it up loud enough, you think? Okay. And we need to be quiet during this. We need to be really quiet and not talk and chatter because some of it is very subtle. Like, stay here. We're going to stay in here.
Hey, Kerry, can you turn the AC off for a minute? Do you know how to do that? Yeah, right behind you. Right behind me?
That's a good idea. So that it's a sound. Some of these tones are very, very subtle that are coming through this, and it's fascinating where this music came from. It's not music that somebody went out and got instruments to make. At least it's not supposed to be. I'll add that. I mean, somebody gave us the tape and said it's a certain thing, and it certainly sounds like it to me, and the Beloved said it is. So. So these are the type of sounds that are called celestial harmonics. Now, they can be different tones. There can be many more tones. There can be a faster rhythm or a slower rhythm, but they almost sound like angels singing kind of thing. This tape, I have no reason to suspect that it isn't what the persons who gave it to us, just as a gift, said it was. These were literally celestial harmonics. They were taken from a microphone that was on the outside, or at least that's what I was told, the outside of, I think it was the Voyager, wasn't it? Or that was the Voyager shuttle or whatever. They're super sensitive microphone things because they were testing what it sounded like, out in space. So these are from NASA tapes, is what we were told. And I was amazed when I heard them. It felt real to me. I mean, I could just. This is one of the few that I can also run complete line on, where I can have it in the background. I can have it right in the computer while I'm typing on it, with live line, and it soothes me. It's like being in the womb again, but better. So these are the type of sounds that, and it's very different than when you hear the atomic chatter, I would call it. You get babbles, you get all sorts of water sounds, wind sounds, all sorts of wacky stuff when you're moving your consciousness through into that deeper level. And that level is valid too, but it's the outer level of atomic chatter that has to do with the more Manet frequencies. The Jari is of the Ire frequencies. So when you get into the slower, smoother Ire frequencies and into the spirit body energies, and that's what the Jari is. It's a bit of spirit body energy that's actually stuck in the light body to make matter with. It carries the celestial harmonics. So our bodies have a whole set of atomic chatter, but they also have beneath that a set of celestial harmonics. We also have our sets of disharmonics in there. But with the techniques we're using, we're going into the harmonic parts. And we're actually going to use them to begin moving the disharmonic parts out that don't belong there. So these are the type of sounds that, when you get to that stage in the technique, you would hear. I hope you can stay awake through it. I don't want to keep babbling, because at least if we can get through this big, long one, the rest, it's one thing if you fall asleep while I'm, showing charts and stuff, you can always, see it on the DVD or whatever. But the experiential ones, to do it with a group this size, which gives a lot of amplification, they're kind of the most precious parts of the workshop. So I'm going to let you get on to that, so you can enjoy this experience. I hope you love this meditation. I spent an awful lot of work getting this down, but but I loved it. It was a labor of love. I think it's one of the most beautiful ones that, it's like part journey, part you're activating certain things, but it's not as dynamic, have to go make that spin, do this over here. It's not that. It's very relaxing, and it's meant to take you deeper and deeper down into relationship with your body consciousness and your Jari, and literally to the point where at a certain point you have no recognition of your body. Oh, you're going to need your headsets, by the way, for this one? Anybody that's leaving now to go for a break? Okay, just so you will need your headsets for this one and be back.
1:45 back in the room, ready to go.
Okay, 1:45 back in the room, ready to go, please. Right. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the moving and shaking. Sure. Whew, this is the most exhausting workshop I've done just because of the physical exertion.
I will provide you with the introduction first. And then, before we actually enter the preparation stage, there is a particular step which the beloveds feel you will benefit from practicing before we actually begin the technique proper. So, as I would always, I can only honor what they've requested of us, so I will provide you with the introduction to the technique, and then we'll go directly to step 15 in part B, and we'll just spend a couple of minutes having you get accustomed really to the feeling that step in the entire technique is trying to help you grow accustomed to assuming or resuming. Once you've practiced it, you'll be resuming it. Okay. So this is technique 3, sections A to E, which is complete, and it concerns entering the Grail or Gruel state. The purpose of the technique is to reclaim the disowned self the portion of your personal Jari consciousness that has become inorganically bound by atomic matter, and to rediscover and reunite with the conscious you that knows itself as I am cells, atoms. Entering the ancient rapport of the Grual state, the state of conscious atomic symbiosis, allows you to expand who you know yourself to be by rediscovering who your body is, by reclaiming the organic state of unconditional love or co-resonant harmonic vibration between the D3 ego mind and the D2 body mind. In the Grual state, the D3 atmic mental and D2 telluric cellular atomic minds, bodies and Jari meet and merge in direct cognition, conscious awareness, enabling the united mind-body-spirit to co-creatively redirect the reversed cellular atomic energies of the Jara, moving these distorted portions of personal spirit body, light body, atomic body quanta back into the eternal life order of the organic Jari mana flows. The Grual state of conscious atomic symbiosis is also the state through which conscious elemental atomic command occurs. The personal Grual state is the platform of consciousness from which the planetary, solar, galactic and cosmic Grual states can be accessed for direct elemental command. Now, there is your introduction, and before we begin our prep, this is what the beloveds would like us to rehearse. I'll read the preceding step so you get a feel for where we're at. So you'll be in a place of initial Jari engagement as we approach step 15. This is step 14 I'm reading for you now. And it concerns the downshift into a slower, deeper, more expansive BPR experience of the I am body consciousness and the embodied Jari spirit, as we all journey to meet the Jari in its own domain plane of consciousness. Now, the beginning of this downshift occurs by focusing your attention on a point inside your forehead, behind the third eye or chakra 6, in which you breathe slowly and gently for a moment as you focus mental concentration on this point. And that is the first important part, is for you to recognize the importance of developing your ability to focus your conscious attention on that part of your anatomy. And then you simply be breathing slowly and gently for just a few moments as you focus your mental concentration there, and ready yourself for the, as it says here, previously practiced bioshift movement, which comes in step 15. Now here is step 15, and what it's saying is this, and I want you to try this, and we'll spend just a couple of minutes having you try it once, twice, or 3 times. The process begins with you inhaling slowly and deeply upward. So begin inhaling slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into this point in which you should have mental focus established to some degree on the inside of your forehead behind the third eye. Now, on the inhale, you would hold the breath at the top while consciously slowing the BPR and vibration of the energy attention you have focused on this inner forehead point. And the recommendation is that you physically drop. You focus on dropping your shoulders more deeply into the floor beneath you, down and back. That means checking the body tension and letting it go so your body tends to sink into the floor more than it is in the present moment. So you're being asked to do 2 things. One is to establish conscious connection with a spot inside your forehead that we call the third eye, breathing deeply and slowly whilst at the same time checking the body and ensuring that you let go of areas of tension throughout your body. Okay? And what will confirm the fact that you are making progress in that, and just about everyone will have, as it were, an invisible inch of body sinking into floor sensation that you will feel as if you are sinking into the floor as you run up and down the back of your body, checking out the places that are tense and intending that you release the tension that you're holding in those places, okay? So when we get to step 15 for real, I will keep you in this area, just reminding you when I feel I need to of what we're doing and how the breathing's working, until I develop a sense that at least the shield itself has actually approached or reached this point that is really, really quite important for the personal experience that follows throughout the remainder of the technique. Okay? I just spend a minute or two more, please, establishing and confirming and increasing your focus on the inner part of your forehead called the third eye, inhaling slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into the point on the inside of the forehead. Hold the breath at the top. You consciously slow the BPR at this point in association with the energy also that you're focused on the inner forehead point. And you do this by physically dropping your shoulders down and back into relaxation and readjusting, straightening and releasing tension in and around and besides the spinal cord as you hold the inhale. And then you release that breath, go back for another inhale, slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into the point on the inside of the forehead. Hold the breath at the top. Consciously slow the BPR and vibration in the area attached to the innermost part of the forehead by increasing your physical awareness, dropping your body into the floor, readjusting, straightening and releasing the tension of the spinal cord. As you hold the inhale, then exhale, and then another slow, deep inhale from the Azure water seed into the point inside the forehead. Hold the breath. Consciously slow the BPR and vibration of the attachment to that point inside the forehead, while at the same time physically relax the body and allow it to sink into the floor. Now let that be the last of the little practice cycles then. But we'll repeat those steps several times when we come to step 15 later. So our preparation here is the Psi Interactive Technique 1, activating the Grail window, parts 1 and 2. Rapid animation of the Grail window. And we take, if you recall, one forceful inhale breath into the Azure water seed. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale to build charge. Bring your palms up front over your chest in an open clap position. And simultaneously you will clap and exhale forcefully in front of the Azure, giving the mental command the power of 12. And then rapidly inhale again while extending the palms out in the exaggerated open clap position. That's hands out towards the sides of your body with your palms facing slightly up towards your head area. Okay? And then from the technique we've completed before the little break we've just had, the I Am Voice phase toning, using your tritone, or the bitone if that's what you had, the diatone. Just spend a minute now, just in the quiet of your own mind, phase toning your own personal I Am the Voice. About 1 minute. Just in the quiet of your mind, not out loud. Okay. We now, having completed prep, move into activating the tonal seed trine and diatone to link with the jari, bringing the peace. Begin, please, by gently slowing your breathing. Just regulate your breathing rhythm somewhere towards half the normal breathing speed, or whatever you call normal. And whilst you do that, please focus your attention on the top point apex of the activated pentagonal grail window, 4 feet directly above your head. With this slow and gentle breathing rhythm, with your focus connected to the apex point 4 feet directly above your head, inhale upward to the apex point and hold the breath at the top of the inhale to build charge. Don't exhale yet, but when you do, it will be a firm downward one, using the breath to draw a thick, large cylindrical cord of pale aqua living water downward from your grail window apex, completely through your body and down into median earth core. Exhale when you're ready firmly, and then return to normal breathing and feel your body completely enshrouded within the large cylindrical cord of pale aqua living water, as if you are inside of a tube of living water flows. Just take a little while to breathe these healing waters into every cell and atom of your body, as if you are inside a tube of living water flows. Now, breathing gently, call to mind your singular jari tone from Technique 2, the one we did prior to this one, and audibly tone it, but keep the level down a little bit, but audibly tone it 3 times while mentally projecting an etheric bubble outward and around the audible sound waves you are emitting to create a sound wave harness field around the sound waves of your jari tone. And this is known as your jari tone sound bubble. So by just breathing in a relaxed way, call to mind your own jari tone, audibly tone it gently out loud 3 times, while at the same time mentally projecting an etheric bubble outward and around the audible sound to create a sound wave harness field around the sound waves that you are creating with your jari tone. And when you finish the 3 rounds of that, just return to normal breathing. On the next inhale, you will use the breath to harness and draw back inside of you your jari tone sound bubble. You will hold the breath at the top of the inhale while drawing your jari tone sound bubble into a tiny contracted point within your Azare water seed. So inhale using the breath to harness and draw back inside of you your jari tone sound bubble. Hold the breath at the top while drawing your jari tone sound bubble into a tiny contracted point within your Azare water seed. Then exhale firmly downward using the breath to push your contracted jari tone sound bubble from the Azare water seed down your central vertical and into median earth core. And just return to normal breathing for a few moments. And whilst doing that, try to observe or feel or sense that 2 thin rays of light, one pale gold and one pale silver emerge vertically upward from meridian earth core, traveling into your Azure water seed. These rays are called the bitonal rays. Each of the two rays carries one encrypted tone corresponding to your Jari tone. Your Jari tone, together with the bitone carried on the bitonal rays, form a set of three tones called the seed trine, which represents the core tonal encryption and control tone of your DN1 AJ body. When you observe the bitonal rays entering your Azure water seed, and whether you are observing, whether you're feeling, whether you're intending, at this point, please inhale into the Azure water seed and hold the breath at the top of the inhale to build charge. On a forceful exhale in a moment, you will use the breath to push the bitonal rays upward and to anchor them into the top point apex of your activated pentagonal grail window, 4 feet directly above your head. So let it rip. And anchor these rays at the top point apex of your pentagonal grail window. Now just return to normal breathing once more. And this time, observe or feel or intend a feeling of tiny vibration rippling through your Azure water seed. Listen or feel with whatever approximates to inner hearing. You're looking for sensory evidence, literally or otherwise, of two sounds of the inner bitone. If in any of these ways you experience modest difficulty for this stage in our development, do not be concerned. The body will speak it for you in the next step. If you do not hear the inner bitone, simply engage the next step with the first two tones that come into your mind. If you're hearing or getting anything from the inner bitone, begin to audibly tone the two sounds, out loud but quietly. And if you don't feel you're hearing or sensing, allow the first two tones that come to mind to be the tones, since your body is speaking for you. It doesn't matter which of the two tones is toned first at all. And then blend the tones together, link them, so that you create one modulating tone with two syllables. This is known simply as your personal diatone. And on a count of 3 from me to you all, I would like you to tone 12 repetitions as you've been doing, out loud and gently. Okay, so you're going to do a count of 12, please, on 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that it seems we've all completed our 12 repetitions, we now need to move on into lowering to a rumbling expression of the two-syllable diatone with a slow rhythm. So would you now please do 6 rounds of a much lower, rumbly kind of expression with a slow rhythm of delivery. 1, 2, 3. And whether you notice or not doesn't matter greatly, but as a process of using the lower rumbly style tones, the bitonal rays anchored in your grail window apex will suddenly and have suddenly disappeared. And this is a good thing. Now we move on to linking with your D2 physical body Jari, I am body consciousness. Now this time we are asked to audibly and slowly tone 24 repetitions of the lowered diatone, feeling its vibration rumble in your throat and upper chest. We want you to sense the vibration of the lowered diatone spreading downward throughout your body and upward throughout your head this time. And whilst noticing and intending that, we want you to lean into the lowered diatone to become one with the vibration of it. And as you lean into the rumbling lowered diatone, you will begin to enter the realm of the Jari as you bring your peace, the initial state of co-resonant harmonic vibration of the lowered diatone, to the voice, to engage it in conversation through which its wounds will heal. So on 3 then, we'll get going with 24 repetitions of an audible, slow, very rumbly expression of your diatone. To remind you, 1, 2, 3, feel the rumble in your throat, feel the rumble in your upper chest. Feel the rumbling and vibration spreading down throughout your body and upwards throughout your head. Try through the 24 repetitions to become one with the vibration. Lean into the rumbling and begin to enter the realm of the Jari as you bring your peace. We now move on to section B, entering the Jari domain, finding the Kara Nadis, the realm of the crystal stair, and the place of the gold and silver fog. After completing the 24 repetitions of the lowered diatone, breathe normally, just for a few moments, and feel the peace, the initial state of co-resonant harmonic vibration through which you have linked to the voice, the D2 Jari, by engaging its language of immediate tonal rhythm through your diatone. From this place of initial Jari engagement, we will next downshift into the slower, deeper, more expansive BPRs of the I Am body consciousness and the embodied Jari spirit as we journey to meet the Jari in its own domain plane of consciousness. And this is approaching the little exercise we did at the beginning. So we begin this downshift by focusing your attention on a point inside your forehead behind the third eye. And breathe slowly for a little while, slowly and gently, as you focus your mental concentration as hard as you might, but as relaxed as you possibly can do, on this particular point, in preparation for the previously practiced bioshift movement, which is the next step. So we'll take 30 seconds, say, of just gentle, easy breathing. Using these moments to not only focus your attention on the point inside your forehead known as the third eye, but to increase your conscious connection with it. Now, while maintaining your mental concentration on this point inside the forehead, behind the third eye, inhale slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into this point on the inside of your forehead, and hold the breath at the top of the inhale, while consciously slowing the BPR and vibration of the energy attention, so it's a relaxed form of pinpoint concentration that you should be striving to achieve, although we understand that we're not very practiced in this, and at first it will probably be maybe a bit difficult. But do your best to move to this relaxed, laser-like concentration inside your head. And while you're holding your breath, you should be dropping your shoulders down and back into the floor, and readjusting, straightening and releasing the tension in the spinal cord as you hold the inhale. When you've done a little cycle of that, let the inhale go out gently and repeat the process. And do this now, please, for 6 cycles, maintaining concentration on the third eye point, inhaling slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into this point on the inside of your forehead. Hold the breath then, and at the same time try and slow the BPR and vibration level with the connection to the third eye, but at the same time allowing parts of your body, your shoulders, the ends of your arms, the center of your back, your spinal cord, areas around your pelvic girdle that carry tension, just allow it to sink, and then just exhale slowly. Do a cycle of 6, starting from now. If people need help to stay awake, gentle elbow in the ribs is perfectly acceptable. That's protocol in 12 tribes, guys. If you need to give somebody a little shake just to stop them from snoring or whatever, that's okay. in a moment we're going to take one additional inhale of precisely the same cycle, go through the same steps, but this time, instead of gently exhaling, we're going to use the breath in a different way. So let's now together inhale slowly and deeply upward from the Azure water seed into the point on the inside of your forehead. One last time to slow the BPR and vibration in your connection with that point. One last time to just let your body open and relax, drop down into the floor a little bit more. When we exhale forcefully downward, we'll do it from the forehead point behind the third eye to the Azure water seed. And then we'll breathe normally and relax the body with the attention focused upon a spot located just above the bottom of the breastbone, below chakra 4 and above chakra 3. So if you're ready, inhale, go through the simple cycle, holding the breath, and then exhale forcefully downward from the forehead point down to the Azure water seed. Then breathe normally and relax the body with your attention now shifted to a spot located just above the bottom of the breastbone. That's below chakra 4 and above chakra 3. This is the spot which is referred to as the Kara Nadis seal. It is the point at which the density 1 AJ hydroacoustic body interfaces directly with the D2 telluric physical emotional body, and it is this point from which direct access to the D2 Jari is gained. And next, we'd like you to inhale into the Azure water seed, using the inhale to draw your attention upward from the Kara Nadis seal spot. This is between the fourth and the third chakra, and back into the Azure water seed, holding the breath at the top of the inhale within the Azure water seed to anchor focus of attention within the Azure water seed while keeping in mind the destination of the Kara Nadis seal spot. So inhale into the Azure water seed using the breath to draw your attention upward from the Kara Nadis seal spot and back into the Azure water seed. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale within the Azure water seed to anchor focus of attention within the Azure water seed while keeping in mind the destination of the Kara Nadis. Exhale gently into the Azure water seed, putting the focus of your attention into the water seed to begin the journey to meet the Jari, and then return to normal breathing. And so we now begin the journey to meet the Jari. Breathing in normal style, natural style, and with your attention focused within the Azure water seed, imagine or intend that you can see the image of a beautiful descending crystal spiral staircase that begins within your Azure water seed and extends downward to the spot of the Kara Nadis seal just above the bottom of the breastbone and just above chakra 3. Continue breathing normally and in a relaxed manner, and imagine a tiny mini-me, a tiny version of yourself, just as you are right now, stationed at the top of the crystal stairway within the Azure water seed. This mini-me will be an as you are right now, standing up at the top of the crystal stairway. With your mini-me, you're going to enter the space of the microplanes, which are the home-focused reality planes for the body consciousness and D2 Jari that would appear as microscopic to our usual focus of D3 ego linear mind. Your mini-me will turn on its microvision, which is an organic attribute of Christic human intuitive psi facilities. And the microvision will serve as a vessel of consciousness through which you will experientially enter into the realms of the cellular atomic I am body and the D2 Jari spirit. Breathing gently, with your mini-me stationed at the top of the crystal spiral stairway within the Azure water seed, focus your conscious attention fully into the minute pineal gland of your mini-me. Just take a few seconds to get you there. So you're focusing your own attention into the minute pineal gland or brain area of your mini-me. And with your attention focused there, inhale from and into this mini-me pineal position and hold the breath at the top. Hold just a little longer for a fraction more charge, and then you will exhale firmly into the mini-me pineal point, using the breath to push open the eyes of the mini-me self. Then return to normal breathing and focus your attention upon the vision that your mini-me eyes see. And what it sees is a huge, life-size, descending crystal spiral stairway, at the top of which your mini-me's feet are perched and prepared to descend. With your consciousness focused within brain and I am awareness of your mini-me, which you have now, inhale slowly and deeply, drawing the inhale breath simultaneously into the azure water seed of your mini-me and your physical body. Hold the breath at the top. Orient your perceptions to this simultaneous dual focus of perception. And then exhale slowly and gently. And as you exhale, as your mini-me body, take your first step down upon the crystal spiral staircase before you. Just step down, that's all. Don't do anything else. And then return to normal but slow breathing. Now, the continued descent of your mini-me is regulated by your breathing pattern, and I'll just explain it before we do it. It's simple. You use each exhale breath to take the action of your mini-me stepping down to the next stair level below the one your mini-me is already on. And each inhale breath is used to support a stationary position on the step upon which you just arrived. So, we will step down on an exhale, and then on the inhale, we simply just stand on the step that we've arrived at as a result of the previous exhale. Okay? So I'll read on with that in mind. So we continue the mini-me descent down the crystal spiral staircase, using each exhale breath to take the action of the next step down upon the crystal staircase, and each inhale breath to stand stationary on the step upon which you just arrived. Continue the stair descent breathing for several moments, each step breath taking you one step closer to the destination of the Cara Nadis seal spot, just above the bottom of the breastbone, just below chakra 4 and above chakra 3. As you progress in your stair descent breathing, and don't go yet, focus your mental attention on the visual imagery of the descending crystal stairway spiral itself. Try and have it be as real as you can have it be. Make the experience of staircase descent as tangibly real as possible, mentally, emotionally, and sensually. That means from a tactile perspective. So you can allow your mini-me to hold the stair rail if you'd like, and that'll provide the tactile opportunity if you want to do it. Now, for about a minute, and this is a long staircase, and it's an important step in the whole process, inhale, and this is the beginning of a cycle which you're going to perform all on your own for about 1 minute. Inhale, hold the breath, not too long at all. On the exhale, have your mini-me take one step down. That's right, that's a lovely kind of breathing action, not too quick, not too slow. Now inhale, and your mini-me remains on the step. Just hold, just for a short while, then exhale, and your mini-me takes one step down. Just hold for a very short while. Inhale, and your mini-me stands still on the new step. And exhale, and your mini-me takes another step down. Now continue like this for a little while longer. It's a long, winding spiral staircase, and the time we're taking is to provide the opportunity for you to make the experiential quality of this descent as tangibly real as possible, mentally, emotionally, and from a tactile perspective. There is no rush, and there is no bottom to reach as if we were in competition to reach the bottom first, because you can't do that. The technique doesn't allow that to happen, actually. And if you do, you'll have made a mistake. So just allow yourself to focus on the descending experience. Don't worry about whether you're reaching the bottom yet or not. The technique will lead you to the point you need to be in and to perform the appropriate actions at the right time. And as you supervise your mini-me making this descent, just allow your body to relax. 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 You are safe. Relax. You are loved. Relax. Relax. As your mini-me, continue these moments of stair descent breathing, there will come a point that will be experienced individually at which the eyes of you as your mini-me will perceive a pale golden silver sparkling fog appearing in front of you. This fog will essentially shroud the view of the next stairs to come, the next flight of stairs below the point that your mini-me has reached. When you as mini-me sense or see the golden silver sparkling fog upon the stairs, wait as we prepare together to come to the end of the crystal spiral stairway. At this point, there will only be 3 steps and 3 stair descent breaths remaining before we all engage entry into the Kara Nadis seal at the bottom of the crystal spiral staircase. I will leave you for 10 or 15 more seconds in the hope that we've all reached the point of seeing or sensing the fog upon the stairs. The bottom of the crystal spiral staircase is the point at which the density 1 Auger hydroacoustic body interfaces directly with the D2 telluric physical emotional body. This is the point of direct access to the D2 physical body Jari. let's take it that all our mini-me's have encountered the fog upon the stairs, even if we're not sure we can see it or sense it, but we have. And we have 3 more stairs to descend. Breathe gently and close the eyes of you as mini-me. Then descend the last 3 stairs blind of eye, but rich with touch, sound, scent, and knowing, as you prepare to enter the weightless room within the Kara Nadis seal at the bottom of the crystal spiral stairway. So take 3 more. Inhale, exhale breaths, just as you have done, stepping down on the exhale. 3 more stairs to go. And after you've completed the final one, just pause there, please. And on the final inhale breath, as you pause there, hold at the top of the inhale for a moment to reorient and reopen the eyes of yourself as mini-me. Exhale gently into the sparkling gold and silver fog around you, and notice that in the distance in front of your mini-me, you can observe or sense a vertical oval-shaped area of bright white light shining through the golden silver fog in front of you. When you observe or sense the oval white light area in front of you, inhale, hold the breath at the top of the inhale to build thrust, momentum, and on a forceful exhale towards the oval white light area, use the breath to propel your mini-me rapidly forward into the oval white light area. And then just breathe in a relaxed and easy way, and observe that you as mini-me are now standing within the white light area, directly in front of a large pink rectangular door with a large vertical oval glass-like crystal lens panel mounted in the center of the large pink door. This is the Kara Nadian passage, perceived as life-size to the microvision of your mini-me, which exists within your physical body as a minute spot of keriatric radiation located just above the bottom of the breastbone and just below chakra 4 and above chakra 3. This is the doorway to your personal Kara Nadis seal, the point of direct access to your personal D2 physical body Jari. Behind the Kara Nadian passage door is the spherical domain of the Kara Nadis seal, the changing room, in which you change out of your costume of the physical body and into the pure state of your eternal being, the state of consciousness and being through which you can meet and engage with your personal D2 Jari cellular atomic spirit self. So, standing as your mini-me before the pink Kara Nadian passage door, reach out the right hand of your mini-me and place it upon the glass-like crystal lens panel mounted within the center of the Kara Nadian door, as if you were putting your hand against the glass panel in the physical door. Please sense that the crystal glass is smooth and cool to the touch beneath your fingers. While holding the primary focus of your attention with your mini-me in front of the Kara Nadian door, bring a small portion of your attention back to your physical body and physically mirror the gesture of your mini-me with your physical body, bringing your physical right hand upward as if you are touching a physically life-sized invisible door positioned in front of your physical body right now. Using a portion of your consciousness in this way, Try to sense the tangible firmness of the invisible door beneath your physical hand. Try to feel the smooth, cool texture of the invisible crystal glass beneath your physical fingertips and your palm. We'll leave you for a few seconds longer to try to establish a sense of the reality of the invisible door with your physical hand. But remember, you should be maintaining your primary micro-focus within your mini-me as it stands, touching the crystal glass of the inner pink Caranadian door. Now, inhale slowly and deeply, simultaneously into the Azure water seed of both your mini-me and your physical body, and hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Hold, and the exhale will be firm, and breathe simultaneously from the water seed of both your mini-me and your physical body, using the breath to push a pale aqua water spark from the water seed down the right arm cord, out the right palm, and into the crystal glass lens of the inner Caranadian door and the physical invisible door. Exhale now, firmly and simultaneously. And then just resume relaxed breathing. And as you do, observe, still feeling with your right hand, that the crystal glass lens of the inner Caranadian door and the physical invisible door has suddenly become less firm and solid and has changed state, now feeling more like a fuzzy force field of energy that tingles and gives a sense of gentle resistance when you push on it with your right hand. Try to become aware of this tingle and gentle resistance sensation with both your mini-me and physical right hands. Push your right hand into and through the tingle and gentle resistance sensation of the crystal glass lens, now, until you reach a point where the gentle resistance stops, but you can still feel the tingle sensation now around your right wrist. And that sensation is a highly specific confirmation that the crystal glass membrane of the inner and outer Caranadian door has now activated, and the Caranadian door has opened for passage into the spherical domain of the Caranadis seal changing room. So just continue gentle normal breathing as you slowly withdraw your right hand of your mini-me and the physical body, returning them to a resting position as you prepare to pass through the Caranadian door. In section D, connecting with the Jari, I hear the voice, engaging the changing room, or the weightless room, or the place of the mist and the fuzzy suit. Inhale slowly and deeply, simultaneously into the Azure water seed of your mini-me and your physical body, and hold the breath at the top of the inhale. Hold. You will use the exhale breath to move your mini-me forward into and through the vertical oval crystal glass membrane of the inner pink Caranadian door, while keeping the physical body stationary in front of the physical invisible outer Caranadian door. Exhale when you're ready. Move the mini-me forward into and through the vertical oval crystal glass membrane of the pink door. Keep the physical body stationary. Return to gentle normal breathing, and observe that as your mini-me body passes through the crystal membrane, your entire mini-me body feels the fuzzy force field of the activated membrane, with its tingling and gentle resistance sensation that gives way to the point of no resistance once pass-through is completed. Now, standing on the other side of the inner Carinadian door, inside of the spherical domain of the Carinadis seal changing room, as your mini-me stand quietly for a moment, close your eyes and prepare to bring the physical body through the outer Carinadian door. Now, as your mini-me, inhale into your mini-me Azure water seed. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale to build charge. And then the exhale will be sent firmly upward from your mini-me water seed to the Azure water seed of your physical body, using the mini-me's upward exhale breath to deliver a water spark into the physical body Azure water seed. So go, when you're ready, exhale firmly upward from your mini-me water seed to the Azure water seed of your physical body, delivering a water spark into the physical body Azure water seed. Now breathe easy. And while keeping or continuing to keep your primary attention focused within your mini-me, bring a small portion of attention back to your physical body and observe as the invisible outer Carinadian door in front of your physical body suddenly begins moving slowly toward, then through, and behind, eventually, your physical body, as if the door passed through you. At this point, your physical body has now joined your mini-me body on the inside of the Carinadis seal spherical domain changing room. Once your physical body has joined your mini-me body on the inside of the Carinadis seal spherical domain changing room, return your attention to the primary microfocus within your mini-me, as it stands just inside of the Carinadis door in the changing room with its eyes closed. Now, open your mini-me eyes and look around, seeing for the first time the interior space of the Carinadis seal spherical domain. Just breathe normally, and first observe that the interior space of the Carinadis seal changing room appears as the interior of a massive white light sphere or white light bubble, with your mini-me proportionately seeming as a minute speck compared to the size of the white light bubble. Just try and grow accustomed to that scene just for a moment. And then next observe, feel, or intend the place you're at. The interior of the massive white light bubble changing room appears to be completely filled with light-filled clouds, as if your mini-me had entered a cloud kingdom in the sky, with thick, white, fluffy, light-filled cloud stacks slowly drifting about everywhere. Just the kind you sometimes see when looking out of an airplane window on a clear day, and you can barely resist the urge to climb out of the aircraft and go skip and dance across the top of the clouds. Also notice that the air around and between the clouds seems to sparkle with minute twinkles of pale silver and pearl white, and sense that both the air and the clouds feel as if they are alive and peacefully conscious. Continue gentle, normal breathing, and as your mini-me, direct your vision downward to look at your feet. As you look at your mini-me feet, notice that the you as mini-me are actually standing suspended in the air with no solid platform beneath your feet, as if you had suddenly become weightless and are a floating, stationary object in the air, as if you are a three-dimensional image made of light. Now continuing to breathe easily and gently in a very relaxed way. From an emotional perspective, lean into this sensation of weightlessness and floating with no fear. You are safe. You are well, better than you've been for many an eon. You're relaxed and you're at peace. Emotionally lean into this sensation of weightlessness and floating. Absolutely safely. Sense this feeling of atomic lightness that your mini-me is experiencing, spreading outward and into your physical body atoms, cells and structures as your mini-me breathes the sparkling air within the Kara Nadis seal changing room. Just continue gentle, normal breathing. But now return your focus to the you as mini-me fully, standing and floating just inside of the Kara Nadis door in the changing room. And prepare to move your mini-me forward toward the center of the changing room sphere. Still standing, floating, stationary. Inhale and hold at the top of the breath. You will exhale forcefully in a moment, but you will be bouncing your mini-me body vertically upward as if jumping up into the air from a stationary position. So when you're ready, exhale forcefully while bouncing your mini-me vertically upward, as if jumping into the air, just from a stationary position, and then return to normal breathing. And observe the you as mini-me jumped upward. You became instantly airborne and uplifted, and you now found yourself cloud surfing, rather like Superman, sailing forward through the thick, white, fluffy, light-filled cloud stacks within the changing room sphere. And just revel in this sensation of being so free, of cloud surfing, just sailing forward through the thick, white, fluffy, light-filled cloud stacks, safe as a bird, safe as anything you like, peaceful and relaxed, but a little bit excited. Just feel the joyful weightlessness and freedom as you cruise through the cloud stacks, the wind whipping gently through your hair. The beloveds urge you to have fun with this freedom while developing mobility skill in this medium. Trying out air gymnastics if you feel brave enough at this point. You're certainly safe enough to do it. You're relaxed and at peace. You can joyfully move, you as mini-me, through airborne leaps, rolls, jumps and spirals with the strength and agility of a gamin child athlete that you once were in another place and time. With all the exuberance of an athletic, fit and gamin child, try, if you like, air dance skating as you move through the beautiful, graceful, swirling rhythmic motions and dynamic air leaps and spins, just as those seen in ice dance exhibitions. You can do all this and more. Feel the on-command grace, the agility, the fluidity and flow of the body as your mini-me dance skates through the clouds on command, doing whatever it is inclined to do, but without the need of ice skates. And do please sense the embodied health, the power and eternal childlike joy just radiating through bones and muscles. As you, as mini-me, frolics through the clouds of the changing room, consciously radiate these feelings, emotions and sensations, consciously radiate these feelings, emotions and sensations of biological freedom and joy outward from your mini-me body and into your physical body to transmit the new encryption of this empowered biological state into your atoms and cells, into the atoms and cells of your very present physical body, here and now. And try to experience the sensations of this state within your physical body, as tangibly and realistically as possible, as your mini-me works to transfer these feelings, emotions, and sensations of such freedom and joy outward from itself and into your physical body. Now return your full attention to your mini-me body. Bring the exuberant action of the Air Olympics tryouts that you've just engaged in into a gentle slowdown. You can do this again anytime you want. Bring your airborne mini-me body into a lying face down within the cloud's position, so as if the cloud were a sofa or a mattress or whatever. You just lay your mini-me body face down, but you're laying down in a cloud, on a cloud. And begin slowly soaring, Superman style, around in a circle. And there is a purpose in this, beyond just flying around in a circle like Superman, because this circle will enable you to begin your descent to the center of the changing room by holding in mind the image of a bird circling in the air, just as your mini-me would be right now, slowly continuing to circle in a downward spiraling motion until you reach the center area of the changing room sphere. Once you realize that you've arrived in the center of the sphere, you will naturally stop circling and bring your mini-me body back to a stationary position, but you will flip right over onto your back, just as if you're coming to rest on your back upon a mattress of cloud. So here your arrival point will be lying down on a cloud, just as if it were a mattress. So come on down, gently, gently, floating down, free as a bird, downward spiraling motion, until you reach the center area of the changing room sphere. And there you are, pop, resting on your back upon a mattress of cloud. As your mini-me, relax your body into the mattress of beautiful, thick, white, fluffy, light-filled cloud, comfortable, safe, secure, still and relaxed. And feel now the living consciousness of these clouds as they surround you with the innocent intention of Christic peace, healing, and unconditional love. The sentiments of eternal spirit that these clouds of consciousness, identity, offer to you now. Please recognize that the living consciousness of these conscious clouds represents a portion of your own conscious identity, a living eternal part of yourself that you, in your 3D mental ego focus, have totally forgotten. These are eternal life living clouds of your own forgotten consciousness, conscious atomic cellular identity. The part of you that is your atomic cellular body consciousness. And in the same spirit, you are now asked to choose to consciously choose to relax every atom and cell within your mini-me and physical bodies, as your mini-me body rests peacefully and weightlessly upon the mattress of healing cloud, within the center of the changing room of your Kara Nadis seal spherical domain. From this place within the center of the changing room, which is the point of direct access to your personal D2 physical body Jari, you will next change out of your costume of the physical body and enter into the pure state of your eternal being, the state of consciousness and being through which you can meet and engage with your personal D2 Jari cellular atomic spirit self. To begin this change into the eternal state, first focus your attention as fully as possible within your mini-me body as it rests upon the mattress of cloud. Slow your breathing rhythm to about half speed within both your mini-me and physical bodies. Just relax some more. Relax some more. Relax some more. As you, as Mini-Me, relax upon the cloud mattress, bring the awareness of your physical body as fully as possible into your Mini-Me body and experience the action of the next several steps with both bodies simultaneously, as if your physical body is also laying upon a cloud mattress, surrounded by a sphere of living cloud stacks. Feel, please feel as best you can. Sense or anticipate the very idea, the nurturing, the comforting, the healing mattress of cloud beneath you, both you and your Mini-Me. Observe the beautiful light-filled clouds drifting around in the pale silver pearl white twinkling air all around you. Breathing gently and using simultaneous action, relax your bodies, starting with your toes. Imagine a slowly rolling puff of self-illuminant light-filled cloud gently collecting around your toes. While still breathing gently and in normal rhythm, as you take your next inhale, observe the cloud puff moving up the inhale, slowly up to your ankles, leaving your toes and feet, feeling completely relaxed and as weightless as air in the regions where the cloud puff has passed over. As you exhale, notice that the cloud puff stops moving as it hovers around your ankles. Continue this cloud moving breathing at a slow, natural rhythm. On every inhale, the cloud puff moves a bit upward around your body. On each inhale, the cloud puff stops and hovers, leaving the regions where it has passed over completely relaxed and weightless. Next inhale, cloud puff up from ankles to knees. Exhale at the knees. From your knees, inhale the cloud puff up to your tummy region. And exhale. Inhale the cloud puff up from your stomach to around your neck. Exhale at the neck. And finally, inhale the cloud puff upward and until it stops movement and hovers just above your head. Continue breathing gently and feel the sensation of total relaxation and weightlessness through your entire bodies, as if you are both a pattern of air lying upon the mattress of cloud. Begin to sense, though, the aliveness and awareness that exists within each cell and atom in your body. Begin to connect with the sense of oscillating electrical presence that is your mana Zeon, the portion of your light body consciousness bonded into each embodied atom. Next, try to move deeper through the awareness of your electrical Zeon and into the more subtle, gently vibrating presence of your Ire Jari, the portion of your eternal spirit bonded into each atom. Feel a gentle drawing in sensation also, drawing in upon your conscious awareness as the magnetic presence of your Jari begins drawing you closer to itself, inviting you to become reacquainted. Continue slow, gentle breathing as your awareness drifts. Just allow it to do that, just to drift ever closer into the unconditional, loving, welcoming and knowing presence and consciousness of your living Jari atomic spirit. Just move your consciousness with relief and joy and peace and safety closer into union with your Jari by creating a private cocoon within which you and your Jari can become even better acquainted. Using simultaneous action of the physical and Mini-Me bodies, inhale deeply and slowly, using the breath to draw downward and around you a layer of soft, fluffy cloud. From the light-filled clouds adrift within the pale silver pearl white twinkling air all around you, So inhale deeply and slowly now, using the breath to draw downward and all around you a layer of soft, fluffy cloud from the pale silver, pale white, twinkling air all around. Hold momentarily. On the exhale, use the breath to release the cloud layer you have drawn in, allowing it to gently settle over and around your bodies. Repeat this inhale-exhale sequence 2 more times. Go on the exhale, yep. Inhale and draw some more pale silver, pearl white, twinkling air, developing this layer of soft, fluffy cloud. Hold on the inhale just a little bit. Exhale and release the cloud layer you've drawn, allowing it to gently settle over and around your bodies, accreting and building. Repeat 1 more time. And at the end of the last exhale, just return to normal breathing. Now, breathing slowly and deeply, observe that as the cloud layers you brought down from above continue to settle over and around your bodies, the clouds of the cloud mattress beneath you begin to gently stretch upward to meet the cloud layers from above. Together, the clouds from above and below your bodies commune with each other, forming a beautiful, spacious, fluffy, comfy cocoon of light-filled cloud around your bodies, completely enshrouding your bodies within a private healing womb of cloud. From the inside, the womb of your cloud cocoon, use direct cognition intention to adjust the size of the interior space of the cocoon to your liking. You can make it larger and more spacious, or smaller and more intimate, just as you prefer. Just by using intention, adjust the interior temperature of your cocoon to your perfect comfort level. If you choose, intend your favorite aroma or a preferred scent that you recall to softly permeate the gently twinkling air within your cocoon, making your cloud cocoon a perfect, peaceful, and protected private space for healing, contemplation, exploration, and communion. When using your cloud cocoon for connecting with your jari, allow the organic pale silver gold white light of the self-illuminant clouds to provide the only color and light, and allow the sound of silence to prevail, to enable you to hear the voice of the jari spirit when it speaks in its native tongue of atomic harmonics. Now, tuck comfortably and very safely within your cloud cocoon. It is time to move your consciousness into closer union with your jari consciousness. This can be accomplished by you going to meet your jari in its home state, through which you and your jari I am body consciousness can enter communication through harmonic atomic co-resonance. To enter the state of your jari, you will shed the costume of your physical body image and return to your eternal state of pure conscious awareness. Until your physical body becomes fully able of atomic transfiguration, the following steps will be taken by your mini-me body combined with the conscious awareness of your physical body self. In the following steps, this combination will simply be referred to as the body. The combination of the mini-me and your physical will simply be referred to as the body. So, breathing slowly and gently, place your attention upon your body, remembering and tuning into the embodied sensation of complete relaxation and weightlessness. Focus your attention upon your toes and exhale downward from the Azure water seed, using the exhale breath to send a pale aqua wave of living water downward through your lower bodies and out of your toes. So inhale and exhale downward from the Azure water seed, using the breath to send pale aqua wave of living water down through your lower bodies, out your toes. Hold at the bottom of the exhale just for a moment. Observe that from the Azure down, the atoms and cells of your bodies have now transfigured to become pale silver gold twinkling air, which represents your body cells in their pure organic state. Inhale upward from your toes area, using the breath to draw up the pale silver gold twinkling air of your lower body into the Azure water seed. When you complete the inhale, hold briefly, and then exhale gently into the Azare, then return to normal breathing. And don't be shocked or surprised if you notice that your lower body has completely disappeared, and all that remains of your physical image is the top part from the Azare up to your head. This is good. Now inhale into the Azare water seed, and then exhale using the exhale breath to send a pale aqua wave of living water upwards through your upper body and out the top of your head. Hold at the bottom of the exhale a moment as you become aware of a gentle twinkling sensation of atomic oscillation spreading through your upper body, face and head, as the body cells of your upper body enter their pure organic state of pale silver gold twinkling air, with your conscious awareness still couched inside of the head area. Exhale using the breath to send a pale aqua wave of living water upward into the upper body. Hold there. If we've done this, forgive me, we'll just carry on this way though. Aware of a gentle twinkling sensation through your upper body, face and head. Now inhale upward from the Azare to the top of your head, and hold the breath at the top of the inhale, and prepare your conscious awareness to ride the transfiguration wave with your twinkling air body cell. Exhale downward from your head area using the breath to push the pale silver gold twinkling air of your upper body downward into the Azare water seed. And then breathe easily and observe that now your normal breathing doesn't involve lungs or a physical body image any longer. Instead, as you breathe, the condensed, spherical, twinkling pale silver gold cloud of self-illuminant conscious air that you now are simply contracts within each inhale and expands with each exhale. You have become a Christic changeling, existing temporarily as a conscious orb of light radiation. You have entered the state of harmonic atomic co-resonance, through which you can now meet and merge with your Jari, I am body consciousness, in its home state, to enter communication through direct cognition, the state from which you can begin to hear the harmonic atomic voice of the eternal Jari and cellular atomic body consciousness. From this state of being, conscious orb of light, you can now meet and merge with your Jari atomic spirit. Notice that your Azare water seed remains at the center of your orb of consciousness. Now inhale deeply using the breath to contract you as orb inward into the water seed at your center, and hold the inhale breath contraction to absorb a quantum of living water from your water seed. Shortly you will exhale gently using the breath to expand you as orb outward again. You can do that now if you wish. And then just breathe naturally and easily, and observe that you as orb are now pale aqua in color, and the light radiation thermoplasm substance of which you are made has blended with the hydrolase living water from your water seed, transforming your thermoplasm into endoplasm, the pre-substance base of outer domain matter. You have now become a pale aqua orb of mist, capable of merging with your Jari atomic spirit. As your aqua mist orb, so sensing being yourself as an aqua mist orb, begin breathing at a normal rhythm and call to awareness the large physical atomic body within which you as aqua mist orb are presently located. Your Jari resides within and is presently bonded to each atom and cell of the physical body structure. You will now engage with your jari. Inhale, and as you do that, contract you as aqua mist orb into your center water seed and hold your breath contraction at the top of the inhale. When you exhale, you will do so firmly using the breath to expand yourself outward as a wave cloud of pale aqua mist consciousness, changing yourself into the more versatile, flexible form of wave cloud for travel. So exhale firmly now as a wave cloud of pale aqua mist consciousness. Return to normal breathing, and on each exhale breath, expand yourself as aqua mist. Expand yourself as aqua mist outward from the Kara Nadis seal where you are presently stationed, moving as mist outward into the atomic and cellular structure of the large physical atomic body around you. Move yourself easily and effortlessly, expanding yourself into every bone, organ, nerve, fluid, cell, and atom, and into every nook and cranny of the physical atomic cellular structure. Continue to breathe in this way for a little while longer, expanding yourself as aqua mist outward from the Kara Nadis seal, which is where you're stationed, moving as mist outward into the atomic and cellular structure of the large physical atomic body around you. Just move easily and effortlessly, just breathing the expansion, moving the mist outward, expanding into every bone, every organ, every nerve, every fluid, every cell and atom, and into just every place of the physical atomic cellular structure. Just a few seconds more of that breathing method. Okay. Once fully expanded into the atoms and cells of the physical atomic body, slow your breathing rate by half, or as much as you can comfortably manage, and just settle into the stillness, sensing every bit of your aqua mist self coming to rest and settling into stillness throughout your atomic body. From this position of silent stillness, focus your attention in a relaxed, loosely focused manner on coming to hear the sounds of silence, within which you will begin to hear, and faintly at first, the symphony of atomic harmonics. First tune in to hear the cellular atomic chatter, which includes buzzes and gurgles, beeps, digital noise, wind sounds, water sounds, hisses, hums, pops, rhythms, bumps, rapid hush whispering, whining, screeching, chugging, and many other truly bizarre sounds of atomic communication. But beneath the exuberant chatter of the atoms and cells, you will find celestial harmonics of the voice, the living harmonic inner sound of your own jari, atomic eternal spirit. Now mentally affirm to yourself, I am the mist, I hear the voice. I am the mist, I hear the voice. I am the mist, I hear the voice. And then, by intention, turn down the volume of the atomic chatter in the background of your awareness. Turn it down, move it background, and be still and listen. You will find the voice that has always been calling you. Listen quietly to hear the voice of your jari. Feel for the direct cognition sensation of the unconditionally loving, welcoming, and all-knowing presence and consciousness of your living Jari atomic spirit. As you, as Aquamist, drift into merger and reunion with the pale baby blue silver conscious endoplasm pre-substance of your Jari. Prepare to next commune with the Jari in its home state of perception. As you enter the Grual state density 1 core programming center to become one with the voice. This section refers to communion with the Jari, I am the voice, engaging the Grail state. When you begin to hear the voice of the Jari atomic spirit, if you can't yet hear it, just lean into the feeling of its loving spirit presence and just continue. Confidently, just continue. You, as Aquamist, can begin merger and reunion with the conscious pale baby blue silver energies of the Jari. As Aquamist, drift toward the sound of the voice or toward the feeling of its presence and lean into the sounds or vibration of the Jari's language, the celestial harmonics of spirit. The Jari has been wounded through the absence of your conscious company, just as your conscious awareness has been wounded in the absence of Jari. This is a great moment of celestial celebration in which the lost family of eternal self can finally reunite in victory as you and your Jari reclaim your organic divine relationship in the Christ. As conscious, sensual Aquamist, feel for the subtle rippling vibration of the Jari spirit within every atom and cell of the body. Sense this vibration as a slight quivering or rippling sensation within your own Aquamist body that is now merged with the cells and atoms of the body. Inhale, using the inhale breath to draw the Jari into yourself, gently lifting a portion of the pale baby blue silver Jari mist into your pale aqua mist, blending the mists into a sparkling pale aqua blue silver mist that carries your conscious awareness and the conscious spirit awareness of your freed Jari. Inhale using the breath, gently lifting a portion of the pale baby blue silver Jari mist into your pale aqua mist. Exhale gently. And I'm sure you want to inhale this again. So please inhale once more. Pale baby blue silver Jari mist, gently lifting a portion of it into your own, blending pale aqua with pale baby blue silver into a sparkling pale aqua blue silver mist. And take one more inhale before we move on. Blending the mists into a sparkling pale aqua blue silver mist that carries your conscious awareness and the conscious spirit awareness of the free Jari. Upon the reunion of your D3 and D2 conscious I ams, try to feel for a shift in consciousness in which suddenly a great unspoken knowing and a sense of timeless ancientness seems to open up within you, as a feeling of being able to touch the texture of the cosmos begins expanding through your consciousness. You and your Jari have become unified. Before you travel together into the Grail state, as a united consciousness, together affirm the following elemental command, speaking it audibly but not necessarily loudly, with using the physical atomic body. I will read this as best I can, sentence by sentence, or line by line. Now, this is what we're going to say out loud. I'll do the first part, and then we'll do it again. This body I am belongs to me and to eternal God source only. Go. This body I am belongs to me and to eternal God source only. Don't do it yet. I declare and decree now that no one shall put asunder this divine relationship of consciousness and matter. Go. I declare and decree now that no one shall put asunder this divine relationship of consciousness and matter. And the final line I'll read first again. Together we move forth as one, in love, freedom, and Christic victory. And so it is, eternally. And you can say that with all the gusto you want. Together we move forth as one, in love, freedom, and Christic victory. And so it is, eternally. Eternally. Breathe gently and slowly now as a unified whole. And now begin your journey to the Grual state, the region of consciousness in which the hydroacoustic control programs for your density 1 body reside. As the pale aqua blue silver mist, inhale and contract back into spherical form, becoming a pale aqua blue silver orb with a tiny pale aqua water seed at its center. So as the pale aqua blue silver mist, please inhale and contract back into spherical form, becoming pale aqua blue silver orb with a tiny pale aqua water seed at its center. Temporarily draw all of your mist out of the atoms and cells of your physical body and into the water seed, leaving only a small portion of Jari behind to retain the life force of the cells. That's all on the inhale. So do you want to do that again? Inhale as pale aqua blue silver mist, contract back into spherical, become pale aqua blue silver orb, tiny pale aqua water seed at center, temporarily draw all of your mist out of the atoms and cells of the physical and into the water seed, leaving only a small portion of Jari behind to retain the life force of the cells. Now exhale into the water seed. And then inhale again using the breath to draw the entire quantum of your pale aqua blue silver orb into the water seed, momentarily becoming the water seed, and hold at the top of the inhale. Hold for charge. Just a little bit longer, please. Exhale forcefully using the breath to push yourself again as pale aqua blue silver mist outward from the water seed entirely through and beyond the physical atomic body around you and into the open three-dimensional pentagonal grail door surrounding the physical body. Exhale forcefully. Pale aqua blue silver mist outward from the water seed entirely through beyond physical atomic body into the pentagonal grail door surrounding your entire physical body. You have now entered the Grual state region of consciousness in which the hydroacoustic control programs for your density 1 body reside, the seat of density 1 elemental command. Just breathe normally and easily now and observe that the pale aqua blue silver mist you are quickly hydrates within the living water field of the Grual grail door, and your mist gently dissolves and merges with the portion of your consciousness that is the Grual grail waters. You are now fully awake and aware as conscious living water, as in hydrolase. From this grail state of perception, which is perched between the Ettore and Adore aspects of materialization, you can clearly look back on the physical body and perceive and interact with the living energy programs of the hydroacoustic body morphogenetic field. The look back on view field within the grail door lights up when you focus your grail attention back on the Ettore physical body. The Ettore physical body form appears as if it's made of bright white light, with many layers of intricate living symbols, colors, shapes, and geomancies dancing throughout its form. The forms, symbols, colors, and geomancies manifest as the Ad-array side, dot matrix, scalar wave light points of the hydroacoustic template, which materialize as the Et-array side, infrasound imprint, which holds the atoms of Et-array matter together. From the look back on view field, within the Grail door, the core hydroacoustic template can be viewed and interacted with for purposes of healing and direct materialization. It is the control room for the Density 1 body and elemental systems. You may return to this Grail state as often as you choose to engage active elemental co-creation with your Jari consciousness. In completing this very long Technique 3 activations journey, you have freed your Jari atomic spirit and returned it to its rightful station of consciousness, which has been denied since fetal integration due to the mutation closing the Grail door. Before leaving the Grail state to return to usual embodied waking consciousness, verbally affirm the following elemental command, speaking it audibly with the physical atomic body and with all the gusto you're inclined to do. The command is, I am the waters, I am the voice. To return to usual conscious focus, which I don't recommend, place the right hand of your physical body in the lotus fingers position. I was joking when I said I didn't recommend it. So, right hand, physical body, lotus fingers position. Please inhale and hold. Then tap the physical body As-array 3 times with the right hand lotus fingers. So inhale, hold. Tap the physical body As-array 3 times with the right hand lotus fingers only, then exhale your awareness fully back into the physical body. I have 2 side notes before I encourage you to take a gentle and relaxing break. 1. Your Grail state will remain open permanently for future exploration. To return to the Grail state, simply tap your As-array 3 times with the right hand lotus fingertips while inhaling, then exhale yourself as conscious water into the Grail door. And that is all you need to do. There is a prior note that occurred earlier in the technique, which I didn't interrupt the technique to read it to you, but we're referring here to your having entered the state of being as a conscious orb of light radiation through the passageway of the Kara Nadis seal. Having done this one time, to return to this state, you need only to become still and quiet, activate your Christ Arc crystal capsule, intend yourself there, that is in the conscious orb of light radiation state, the Kara Nadis seal, and use an inhale breath to contract your conscious awareness into your changing room cloud cocoon, and use one exhale breath to expand out your orb within the cloud cocoon. So once run through the long version of this technique, permanently opens the corresponding epigenetic overlay and neural networks which should have been opened during fetal integration but were not due to the environmentally induced genetic mutation. And so I suppose you might say that developing a clear or clearer line will be common. Experiencing direct cognition and or communication, increased quality or quality at all, any communication at all, should become a more common occurrence, provided that you actualize the consequences of the technique. With that, I will love you and leave you for about 20-25 minutes. You have a coffee break, I think, in the other room. Whereupon we will resume technique 4, opening the Grail door, which is about a half as long, slightly less than we've just completed. After which point, Asher will come to entertain you with a smorgasbord of fascinating information. just take it gently. You've done a lot of superb work in the last hour and a half. Well done to everybody, and congratulations.